Hey, 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 hey. It is Jazzy J, and we are back. Season 5 opener. Something for the Culture is back. Tonight, I have a special guest with me, none other than Knowledge Born from Do the Knowledge Radio. Welcome aboard, bro.
I am excited to be here in the culture. You understand what I'm saying? Look, we be going back and forth, collaborating, showing that divine feminine, divine masculine family aspect together. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm glad to be here. I'm excited for season 5. I know you got some phenomenal things in store. I just want to ask you real quick before we get started. Like, yo, where you been, son? Where you been at, son? Like, where have you been, son? Like, talk to me, son. We've been missing you.
Oh,
The culture has been missing Jazzy J. Okay, just for the record, for the family, we just
um,
the culture without Jazzy J. We might just even just be something, but we can't be something for the culture without Jazzy J.
that's a good question. So where I've been, I took a little 6, 7 month break. And within that 6, 7 month break, that was well needed to recharge for one, because you know you have to take a break in order to be better than what you last was. I got married. So I am no longer Jazzy J. I mean, well, I'm always gonna be Jazzy J, but I am now Mrs. Smith to my husband and close family members and friends. So that's what happened with me while I was out.
Well,
So
congratulations for the culture.
thank
Okay.
you, thank you. So I want to start this season 5 opening up with a new black business because, as you know, I am all about black business, and also before we introduce our no our main guest for tonight. Um, so this black business is none other out of Kinston, North Carolina. It's a African American female by the name of Samantha Williams. Um, she actually came up with a great idea and decided to make sheets, bed sheets. What's so unique about these bed sheets are the fitted sheet and the actual, top sheet are sewn together at the bottom. So it's very convenient for those people that don't like to, make up a bed. And I'm like one of those people. I hate all of them covers and stuff. I'm all about the fitted sheet and the comforter. But for this is a great purpose. These sheets are amazing. And as you can see, this is actually the website. And if you want to go to her website, it's oniquesheets.com, which is this is right here. And what's so crazy about it, I actually have this set in my own personal collection. The thread count is amazing. They feel like silk, even though they're not silk sheets, they feel just like silk. They feel amazing on your skin. They sleep well. They're cool to the touch because I hate hot sheets at night. Let me just look. I just want y'all to see real quick. As you can see, she's having a sale right now. Some of the sheets are $79.99. If they're queen, the kings are $89.99. These are some of the colors here. I personally have this color and style. There's a drape corner style. There's a flat corner style. And this is just how it looks, guys. So as you can see, the sheets are fitted and sewn together at the bottom. So you put on this whole set and you're good to go. Put your comforter on. You're good to go. So you guys check out oniquesheets.com. They're running a sale right now. Go ahead and take advantage of it. Y'all heard it here first. These sheets are bomb as fuck. I just want to say that. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the reason why we are all here tonight.
That's
Okay,
right.
let's
That's
welcome
right.
Mr. Young Hump himself to the culture. We can't hear you.
There we go.
There we go.
Here we
Hey,
go.
Peace to the
Okay.
gods and earths.
Peace to the
welcome, welcome,
God.
welcome.
Yes, yes.
How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm hot as. Do I have to not curse or can I curse?
No, you be yourself. You be
I'm hot
yourself.
than a motherfucker. It's 94 degrees out
Woo!
here in La Lizzie right now.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's
Golly.
hot. Sweating and shit. But the sweat is good because you get the impurities out your body. You know what I mean? So we
Very
out here.
true.
Big agua. Big agua. What's up with y'all?
I know that's right. Same.
We
Hey, it's
good.
Friday night.
Right?
That's what we on tonight.
For real.
That's right.
So, Young Hump, let's go ahead and kick this interview off because you are not only a part of an eccentric and amazing, legendary, group, but you are the protege of none other than Shock G. Like, how did that happen?
Well, basically, I'm a skinny nigga and my nose is glittery by nature. So, a couple times the people that told me I reminded them of Shock G a couple times in my life. And so when they put out the Biggie Smalls movie, Notorious, I was just driving one day and I just fantasized, like, imagine if I played when they make a Tupac movie, imagine if I played Shock G. Like, what a funny thought, right? So then, like, I ended up started to take it seriously, like, just, and I basically put together a little video of me being him in an effort to get the part in the movie. Caught up with him, showed it to him. He was like, yo, you got it. And then he suggested that I rock with Money B. So I started rocking with Money B because at that time, Shock was focused on his piano shit. And he wasn't really, he was just doing a different collection of songs. And so he put me with Money B. We started rocking. We clicked immediately. And then, so when I ended up going in there to audition for the movie, I'm walking in with the street cred because I'm actually doing this shit for real on stages. So then I played him in the movie and then we just continued on. And then at a certain point, Shock just kept telling me, just say, you should do this, you should do that. So really it was my, ambition to play him in the movie. And then it was his suggestion, or really he asked me to perform as Humpty. And then he told me to come with a new name because originally it was Money B featuring Humpty Hump. Because as Shock G told me one time, he said, listen, this is Shock G's words. He said, listen, I'm not Humpty Hump. You're not Humpty Hump. Humpty Hump is a character that I created. And you can be Humpty Hump just like I can be Humpty Hump. So that put it in perspective. And you got to have the ism. You got to have the sauce. Not everybody can do this, but some of us can.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it worked. And I was chosen for the nose, you know what I mean? Because this is just what I look like when I wake up like this, you know what I mean? So basically that's how that happened. And then he told me, like I said, to come with a new name. So I came with the Young Hump. And then he suggested that I make my own original music. And here we are, you know what I mean? And that all began 7 years ago. That's 7 years in the making. So for the people out there that might think a nigga just popped up after Shock passed, nah, we've performed on stage together. This is 7 years in.
Cool. Besides who you mentioned, who were some of your influences, musically speaking, when you were coming up?
The Wu-Tang Clan, Ice Cube, Tribe Called Quest, Ant Banks, the Far Side, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, LL Cool J, Reggie Noble, the Funk Dr. Spock, banging. Let me see, Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to motherfucking Rampage. Wow for the night. And those are just some Nas and motherfucking Boot Camp Click and motherfucking Freestyle Fellowship and whatnot. But then I just went hip hop, you know what I mean? And there's shit, Buju Banton and George Duke and motherfucking John McLaughlin and goddamn Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis and Teddy Riley and Bobby Brown and all kinds of. I'm a flavor nigga. I like a lot of different flavor. You know what I mean? Ennio Morricone, you know what I mean? That real shit. That's that Godfather. I mean, that's that Untouchables music. You know what I mean? A lot of film scores too. You know.
Okay. Born, you wanted to
Yes,
ask me
please.
something?
Peace,
Yeah,
God.
peace to the God. Now you have a diverse musical palette, and you have an even crazier, diverse musical presence on the stage. Watching you
Right.
perform in front of different crowds, you see what I'm saying? Like shout out to Young Dirty
Mm-hmm.
for me because you gave it the Wu Tang influence.
Mm-hmm.
It brings tears to your eyes to see Young Dirty, how we saw Dirty on the stage with a familial kind of tie, but you created it in a symbiotic space without a familial connection. You see what I'm saying? You embody Humpty Hump. You see what I'm saying? You embody Humpty Hump, but then I saw also that there's another layer to where you kind of gave us the mind of Shock G at the same time. You know, I didn't think that was possible, but you do that
Mm.
at the same kind of fusion, you know, on some alchemy stuff. So, how do you approach your experience kind of going to the stage, and what was it like on the stage with Shock and the group, and then life carrying Shock forward? You see what I'm saying? So it's not life after Shock, like carrying Shock's legacy forward. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? How was that for you?
That's a fabulous question, King. Um, well, I'm trying to answer it the way I remember it because a couple things that came to mind. Well, first off, one thing is certain things is natural. Like aside from, we have a lot of we both Virgos, so
Mm-hmm.
we naturally have similar ways. That some I had one dude tell me that just my energy reminded him of Shock G more so than anything. He's like, it's just your energy, and I was like, and I'm just thinking he's saying that, but I'm like, yeah, I'm a skinny, light skinned nigga. He's like, yeah, but it's just your energy. And then at the time, I didn't know Shock was a Virgo, but shit, Money B's a Virgo. Sophia's a Virgo. Digital Underground's got a lot of Virgos. But getting to it. So also it's like coming coming in at the time that I came in, meaning like, I came in like 2015. I benefit from having a wider view, a wider historical view of Digital Underground and Shock G. If I'd have came in, let's just say in '91, you know what I mean, like but having a deeper view of who Shock is, who the character is, and the lengths to which it goes and the different ways it can be interpreted, and then also me, being grown and not being a 19-year-old nigga that don't know nothing but how to jump on stage and turn up, having a depth and a sense of history within the culture, and then also understanding the value. Like when I get on stage, every time I get on stage, I wear African medallions. And we doing shows where we on stage with a bunch of, cast that's wearing ice. And I come out there with the African medallions, and it's not even that you don't see that every day. You don't ever see that. Like,
Right.
when was the last time you seen somebody get on stage with a medallions the size of dinner plates? You know what I mean? Like I'm carrying them big shits. You know what I mean? Jamaica on this one, Ethiopia on this one. You know what I mean? And we know when you put the Ethiopian flag and the Jamaican flag together, what that is. So like I got science to my stuff. I'm throwing. So I come out. When I went on Drink Champs, I had those, but I had the 7 on. You know what I mean? So I'm representing different. I'm communicating to different. Piece to the roster man, piece to the gods and earths. I'm speaking different. You know what I mean? I'm throwing culture out there. So that being said, I'm conscious of that. And in terms of honoring his legacy, there's a part of it which is I have to bring familiarity to it, but there's another part of it that I have to add on, because we add on, we build, we master builders, and that's what Shock did. So if he left, Shock G is Shock G. There's no one that ever will imitate Shock G. I mean, I played him in the movie. That was a portrayal, but I do this hump thing. He left the hump in my possession. Shock G is in the ether, but the hump is right here. This is the hump. He's Humpty Hump. I'm Young Hump, but I'm walking with the hump. He left that in my hands. So my whole thing with that is I have to add to it and not just do what he did. Now I keep certain things, like when I be like, I'm doing that. When I be like, yeah, I'm doing that. But there's things I do that you could look through the entire discography, filmography of Humpty Hump, and you're not going to see a bunch of things that I did because I'm conscious of adding on. So it's like I look at it like that because I'm a scientist. So I say, okay, we got to keep. It's like, I come from jazz mentality. When you do a cover of a song, you play the melody, you keep the spirit of the song, but you develop it and add some new things. So I treat the hump like that. Like, we're going to keep the theme and the narrative and the basic essence of it, but we're going to build and add some things. I'm going to do my own solo that's not on the record you're familiar with and add on. So I'm constantly thinking of that. But simultaneously, it's not even as in my frontal lobe as it is natural because it's fun. I put this shit on, I get to get on stage and bugging. It's just fun and I'm doing me. But then there's certain things that maybe happen in songs that are like, because I'm tapped into the essence of it, that like I see where I can. It's like, you ever see if you like, you might see, like, if you see like a pianist play and they might play or guitarist play a certain riff that like has been played through music for hundreds of years, and even dun 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 dun, like there's things that we all have in our heads. So in the Humpty lexicon, for lack of a better word, there's things that I know how to pull in to remind you that this is Hump. But then I'm throwing my shit on because Hump didn't dress like this, but he had this. And he's this skinny, light-skinned nigga. So, it's like, it's with, what I mean? That's kind of how I do. So I'm just adding on, but keeping it familiar. That's how I do it. I hope I answered all your questions.
Yes. So let me ask you this. What skills do you feel that you have gained along your career that have effectively made you perform the way you do?
Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. Salute. Because I make sure when I get on stage to let people know I'm up there for a reason, and I give it everything I have. And I usually walk off stage panting and like, that's my thing. It's like having intense sex where you're just like, I told your ass. That's my mentality. It's like, I told you motherfuckers, Shock G ain't have no bozo nigga up here just with a nose on. So as for skills that I've learned that help me, well, the first thing I would say would be that and I share this as much as possible because a lot of people don't like to share the secret sauce, because you really can't share who you are and the way you shake your booty. That's what you do. But what you can do is share what gets you in the mood to shake your booty. Because if two people are going to shake their booties because they have different booties. I'm being silly, but do you get what I'm saying? We all do our thing our own way. Right. But if I could tell a person how to loosen up so they can do their thing, like for me, you know how people say, oh, when you get on stage, if you're nervous, you should imagine everybody naked. I'm like, I've done it before and it does help a little bit. But really, the real secret for me, why I do it the way I do it on stage, is I just tap into how much fun the song is. Like, my man T3 from Slum Village had a line where he said, niggas get on the stage and can't feel their own shit. And you see people on stage and they like looking like they struggling performing their song, like they don't really like it. Like, nigga, you don't even look like you like the song. How the fuck am I gonna like it? But when you see people on stage and they're like, this is my shit, you just, as a human, you tap into people that are enjoying themselves. So for me, I just be like, I just tap in the song, like this should go. And then I'm just kind of like, I'm in the song and I'm having fun. And then it's the same way you would if you were at a club or at whatever. So that's kind of my secret to that. And then from that comfort is where I feel comfortable to do the silly shit that I do and just bug out. and be me. And then also, I mean, I would say, you know, I've always been a nigga that had jokes. So being a motherfucker with a sharp sense of humor, you know what I mean? I've learned that sense of humor on the stage is probably the greatest weapon a performer can have. Because let's take a quick look. Who is everybody unanimously think is the best performer on stage? If you interview everybody that we know together, that's, you know, that's like of age, that's seen them. You know, you ask a 19-year-old and they ain't seen, you know, peace to all the 19-year-olds, but let's just call it what it is. If you're 40 or something like that, you've seen the 19-year-olds perform and you've seen LL and these motherfuckers perform. Maybe not all live, but you've seen footage of them. Everybody knows the greatest performer is Busta Rhymes and Split Star. Them niggas be on some funny shit. They be like, it's the funny shit that you tap when motherfuckers on stage is I'm so goddamn cool all night. It's okay, you cool, but you ain't really doing a lot. You just, I'm so sexy, check me out. But when a motherfucker's like all that shit, that's entertainment. So for me, I'm a funny nigga. So I learned that like and Money B's a funny motherfucker. So the two of us together on stage, you're not really fucking with us unless you're Bus and Spliff or Red and Meth. Besides them, we ain't worried. You know, I'm just saying that like we strive to give you the most fun shit you're gonna see on stage because we have the most, and plus we benefit. We have songs like Do What You Like, and we on stage with these fun songs. We're not doing, you know, a bunch of murder, kill. I got the dope music that doesn't lend itself to humor. Our music is most of it's about sex and partying, so we can just go right in. We're not doing these songs about watching our back every 5 seconds. That's not our discography. So anyways, I know I went to the side, but basically what I'm saying is learning to be funny and to incorporate your funny is like the greatest weapon on stage.
Good. Lauren?
So let me ask something. I gotta ask some sly shit now.
Go.
You, Money B, and Too Short. I need to know the fucking story with that shit and then how we see it manifest in the flyest fucking way ever. You understand?
Right.
Like, how did that come together? And then boom, you see that. I'm like, okay.
Yo, there's certain dreams you that come true that you never had the dream. I never even thought I would be able to do a song with Too Short. It wasn't even like a thought I had. And just, we get the track, Mun hears it, the producers, the mechanics, big up the Forax and Tweed of the mechanics, and they basically do all the, I mean, they produce for everybody in the Bay that you could think of, and be outside of the Bay, but they really lock down the Bay sound. Excuse me. They, I believe it was Forax idea to get Too Short on it, or maybe it was Money B, but I think it was Forax. Anyways, they sent it to him on a Tuesday. He sent it back to us on a Thursday. Like, he got right to it. Boom. And we was like, and it's amazing because Money B has known Too Short for 100 years, but they had actually never did a song together. They'd actually been on a track together, but it wasn't like a song where they was both rapping. It was like Money B was talking on the song. But anyways, but they homies. It just, you know, there's a lot of people. I mean, like I mentioned, Busta Rhymes and Pete Rock. The first time they did something was last year. Like, you know, certain things are just motherfuckers as homies. It just, it's like, so it just never ends up happening until it finally happens. So they did that. So for me to be on a song with them like that was a true honor, and I was just like overwhelmed. And then they was like, we're gonna do a video for it. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And I just happened to have that fit. I'd put it together, and I was ready to wear that fit anyways. And I was like, oh, I had the 7 shirt on, girl. You know, I had this. And the funny thing is, I bought that. You appreciate this. The shirt that I bought, it was like a super medium. Like it was like it fit me like if you could eat one too many potato chips and you couldn't wear it type shit. Arms like, I mean, arms were like to this. So I was like, but it was a 7, you know, it was a burgundy. The color was crazy. I was like, I gotta buy this because if I can put it on, maybe with a jacket, I'm like, I'll throw a jacket on it and I'll be able to just, you know, suck my stomach in and whatever. So I managed to find the coat and it looked perfect. And I was like, I'm killing these motherfuckers. But anyways, nothing about my fit. Yeah, it was a real honor. Too Short came through in full force. The legend, the icon, the huge inspiration. And I always let us say this about Too Short. You know, it's really funny. I was telling somebody the other day, I gotta say this. A lot of people like to characterize Too Short as having just songs about, you know, pimp shit, but like how many songs, the ghetto, songs about, you know, get it, you should be getting it. Like he has tons of songs that had videos that were lead singles off his albums speaking about empowerment and deep social issues, but everybody just wants to characterize him with bitch, which he's very proud to say, but he's a deeper artist than that. So, but it was a real honor to be in a song with a brother of that magnitude, and it was wonderful. And it was so much fun, so much fun.
Great. So, what qualities do you think makes you you?
I'm crazy, but I'm super, super smart. And the combination of it makes me an interesting fucker. Like when I say crazy, I don't mean like dangerous to other people, crazy or dangerous to myself. I'm actually very responsible with taking care of myself and living my life right in the sight of the Most High. But what I mean by crazy is like I'm interested in a lot of things, and I have a zany, sharp, witty mind that will go places that other people won't, and I'll see things kind of differently than a lot of people don't. And I'm super enthusiastic about my own thoughts. So like I could go on and on. People ask me questions and I have like longer answers than most people do because I'm really into expressing my thoughts. You know what I mean? And certain people are like that. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's just how I am. And so it makes for uniqueness. I mean, I have a very, you know, another thing about me is, and I'm not saying that being unique or special or different makes you any better. I'm just answering the question that truth be told, I do not know another human being who grew up like I did. I just have a different upbringing. I have like in so many ways, it would take a long time for me to lay it all out, but I just kind of am like, I know a lot of people that I relate to. And I'm not the only I know other people, and I'm sure y'all know people that you'd be like, I don't know anybody that grew up like that person. But like, I don't have one of those stories. Like, I'm not one of them niggas that grew up on a block with a bunch of niggas that had the same experience. That's not me. I'm an only child. I didn't grow up on a block. I didn't know anybody that really lived that close to me growing up. I lived in a secluded area. So I just was like in my own world, thinking about what I was thinking about, which just made me kind of different. Now I can relate to a lot of people, and I'm a people person. I'm not some weird nigga that's like I could talk to everybody. I go into, you know, I talk to the niggas that clean restaurants and take out the trash at grocery stores. Oh my God, like I'm one of those kind of people, but my foundation is so different from a lot of people that it just usually means that I'm gonna say something in a way that other people ain't gonna say it, which is kind of what makes me, and also I care to do it because I'm a writer. So I'm interested in being a signature human being. I'm interested in being a person that says something that other people don't say. You know, like that's something that I care about. Like it's like, put it like this: you can naturally be funny, and then you could also want to be funny.
Yeah,
I'm like that. I'm naturally unique and I enjoy and want to be unique. So that way I talk like the thing with the African medallions. Naturally, I like to represent that, but I also know that in representing it, I set myself apart. So it's like that. Those are the things that make me different. I'm just like, I keep going. I'm just like, some people, I'm one of those people, like there's a lot of things I don't have and qualities that I wish I had that a lot of people, there's some people that look at me and see qualities in me they wish they had, and there's qualities that they have that I wish I had. So we all are who we are, you know what I mean?
right.
You know what I mean?
I think that was perfectly said.
Thank you.
Born.
Now, I want to give an example. I'm going to name 2 songs that show this kind of range that you're talking about in regards to versatility. You got Ratchet Love and you got Be Cool. You understand what I'm saying? You got Ratchet Love and you got Be Cool. The bravery that it takes to kind of command the things and the concepts that you have in the way. Like we saw it. We
My
kind of
nigga,
saw
boy.
it before, right? Like we saw it before. We kind of saw it, but we didn't really appreciate it. Like with a
Right.
rapper like Bizarre, I would say Bizarre. I would say Oh
Mm.
Dirty. I would say like Young Buster Rhymes. You see what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
there were things that they did in the way that they move where we like, oh shit. So now you can appreciate the lane that you come in because we had Old Dirty and Busta Rhymes on the same fucking song together. You see what I'm saying? So now that
I
lane
had a
of
wet dream that I
creativity,
was born in Jody Wiley doing what shit
right,
that you ain't
right,
allowed to
right,
see. Sorry.
right. So no, I'm with you. This is exactly the energy that I'm talking about because
Right.
this is another aspect that you embody, but you embody it with range because it could go to overkill. But if it's not the same every single time you see it, it's the same person, but it's not the same person at the same time. So I wanted to ask you about that level of versatility. You got Be Cool
You
over here. You literally got Be Cool over here, and then you got Ratchet Love. You
Right.
know saying at the same time. So
you a L nigga. You a L nigga. Piece of the God. I love that. That's a great question. Okay, so you know what's funny? You say that. I'm gonna start with this. One thing is like, we strive. We really write. You know what I mean? Like this is these are all just the rhymes that I don't know what I'm doing with that are just been floating around right now. This is nothing. This ain't even. This is just like nothing. This is nothing, right? But it's just sitting there because I look at it and be like, what am I gonna do? Okay, I just write. So when I write these songs, I be trying to come with like, I don't want to just repeat the same, you know, the same subject matter and the same approach. Some motherfuckers, their whole shit is just the same. They're looking at the same subject with the same like viewpoints on the subject. So they're just giving you a trillion versions of I'm looking at how I can come up in the dope game and I'll kill a nigga if I have to. And you just get over and over again, which is, and some of the greatest masters of all time do that, and that's fine. But me, I like to be in different places, different looks at different things. I got songs about missing girls. I got songs about I got so many girls I can't even walk outside. I mean, not so much like that, but you get what I'm saying. Like I don't really say it like that, but just what I mean. I have songs that are more like I'm not worried about girls, is what I'm saying. And then I have songs like I miss girls. I have songs about girls that get on my nerves. I have songs about niggas that I admire. I got songs about niggas that get on my nerves, not just, songs about niggas that get on my nerves. All right, which a lot of rappers only have songs about niggas that get on their nerves when they're not talking about their money and their, degree of gangster. Okay. So for me, when we write these songs, like I'm gonna tell you something. The one song I've done with Money B that if I could redo it again, I would change is Ratchet Love because it's funny because like some of the queens that borderline ratchet or kind of ratchet, or maybe I don't know if they call themselves ratchet, but they fuck with it. Me personally, when that song was presented to me, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna just keep it 100 to get right to it. I love my ratchet folks, but personally, when it comes to dating, I'm not really so much into dating ratchet chicks. They my homegirls. Like I got gangster homies that are like reckless and live reckless. Them my niggas, but I don't go cruising with them like that. Mm-hmm. They my niggas when I see them in the world. Now, it's kind of like with the ratchet chicks, I fuck with them as people, but I tend to prefer a little more on the, you know what I mean, for who I want to be like dating. So when I did that song, when that song was brought to me, I was like, damn, how am I going to like approach this? And it took me a while to like figure out. So then I just kind of said, fuck it, I'm going to go funny on it and just be ridiculous and say the most, because Money B's like sets it off, but he's setting it off a little more like, I kind of did what Money B did, but I like exaggerated it more without saying like, but you my boo. Like he's like, you got the piece, but you my boo. I was just like, yo, your breath stink. Like I just went like turned it up more and shit. So that was really the only way I knew. But if I could go back, I would have finessed it more because I've grown and I appreciate. I mean, I understand how to cater to that better than I would have. But I'm proud of that song. Don't get me wrong. But just it's funny when you and funny like every rapper, unless they're a liar or they're not deep. If you've been doing this for a minute, there has to be at least one verse where he was like, kind of wish I wouldn't have said it like that. I could have said it like this. Got my point across. But see, I'm also very like, I'm a sensitive nigga. So when I listen to myself say things and I don't feel like I necessarily communicated, like, for example, if I would have just said, but see, the song was called Ratchet Love. So it wasn't like, I couldn't say I don't want to date you. You just my homegirl. Like, it wouldn't have made sense. It's like, I'm in this position of like, it's love with a ratchet chick. And I don't, like I said, that's not my thing. So that was the shit. But then as for be cool. Oh, and this is what I'm gonna say, because you get the point. But me and Money B have this thing we like to do. Most of the time when we do songs, we like to both have different angles to whatever the subject is. So like on Be Cool, I'm talking to girls, he's talking to dudes. You know what I mean? I'm saying be cool, baby. He's saying just be cool, bro. And he's telling niggas to geek down and stop sweating his line for this. And I'm telling the girl, like, baby, relax, stop tripping, be cool. So we like to take different sides of a topic just so that the songs are more interesting, have more dynamics, and the listener can go through a wider collection of thoughts than it just being like, because, when you hear three motherfuckers on a song and they all talking the same shit, it's just like, even if niggas flip the metaphors crazy and the styles, still on a subconscious level, you're not getting the same growth as when, for example, if you put Andre 3000 on a song with somebody, his verse is always going to be on another planet than the other niggas, and it makes you feel more inspiration, and we try to do it like that. So.
It's interesting that you mentioned the type of women you kind of float to. Because that was going to be my next question, for all the single girls out there, this is the cue y'all need to listen to here. All right. So you say you don't like ratchet chicks, and you're
no. I said that I don't prefer to date them. I love them as people. Like some of my dearest friends are like ratchet chicks. I love them and I hug them and sexy as fuck. But a lot of them, they willing to take it places I might not be willing to take it. So to be honest, I tend to be a little more into like square girls. Let's just get right to it.
So let's break that down. What is your ideal woman?
She's got to be luscious.
Watch it, young Hump. Watch it, young Hump.
Right.
Watch it. Watch it. You got it.
All right, so I like me a luscious chick, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean she has to necessarily be big boned or whatever, but like there's some slim girls that still have a nice little like, oh shit, MJ texted me. I know these LOLs jumping off. I'm gonna look at that later. I know you out there giving me the emojis of doom, but I was gonna say, or the let me see. Let's see what. Shout out to Savino again. That's my nigga. Hold on, let's see.
Shout out to MJ.
Real time. You're gonna text me. He said, "Oh Lord, here we go." All right.
Gang,
so look,
gang.
there are some slimmies out there that are still luscious. They luscious within their slimmy. Like I'm slim, but nigga, this shit, we got some jiggle. I was a fat kid growing up, so I'm still have the cheeks, but I'm a skinny nigga. So if it's a slim, that's we speaking strictly off the physical. I'm big on hair. Hair does it for me. You know what I mean? I will always say no when they ask me if they should cut their hair. It's always going to be no. I don't. But really, I like a woman. It doesn't matter race, hair color, eye color. Obviously the body is a factor in seeing a beautiful face. I mean, of course, that's we see. But in terms of the key thing that I look for after physical attraction is that it's a good person. And just to get right to it, like you could talk to somebody, like as y'all see, I like to talk. And liking to talk, see, I was trying to teach one of my young homies this not too long ago. Like when niggas think they cool because they don't really like to talk, it's like, yeah, but then the problem is in your dating life, you don't know who you fucking with. Okay. Nigga like me, we're gonna have some conversation and I'm gonna know who this person, at least enough, a general energetic vibe about a motherfucker before I make a decision to bring them into my world a little deeper. So I'm into like, I gotta feel comfortable with a person. Right. You know what I mean? Like I've turned down some monster freaks that niggas be like, how could you turn her down? And I was like, just something was, my spider sense was telling me not to fuck with it. And there's this one girl I always say I should get an award. A nigga should give me an award for turning it down because I have no evidence of a reason why to turn it down. It was just a feeling. Mm-hmm. But she looked like she was designed to ensnare niggas' souls. She's so sexy. And I just was like, something was just, and she was like, hey, you smoke? I was like, but anyway, so I got to feel comfortable with a person, and that's a chemistry thing, you know, and I have to feel like a person is a good person. Now, that shit actually is more important than, because like, okay, a person having a good sense of humor, I've dated girls that really didn't have good sense of humor, but they were cool people and I felt comfortable with them. And I got a lot of funny friends and we can be funny all day after I'm wake up with her. You know what I mean? Like, cause then you could also have a friend that's funny as shit and you're not attracted to them. And you know what I mean? So it's like, but to answer your question, the ideal woman, because that's really what you asked. Mm-hmm. You know, I ain't trying to just, you know, say everything's got to be perfect, but she got a good sense of humor. She, this is my thing. No one's going to like all the music you like. Nobody. Right. If especially the deeper you are in the music, but at least be able to sit and listen to it with me when that's what I want to listen to. Because my relationship with music is more than most likely going to be more intense than hers, because I only know a handful of motherfuckers that's in relationship with music is as intense as mine. I mean, my parents met in a high school band. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, just to put it in context, music is not something I came into. Right. My parents met with instruments in their hands. So my shit is like, music is now that doesn't mean all day I have to listen to music when I'm with a chick, but God damn it, if I drank some wine and I want to listen to some Jay Dilla, you ain't telling me nothing other than that. Because that's what we're doing, and I'm taller than you. So that's what we're doing. Like, you know, like same thing with if I was to bust a nice check and I just got myself a new whip, and God damn it, I want to hear Duel of the Iron Mike when I race up the street. That's what we doing. I don't want to hear that this turn this shit down. It's a little loud. No, I need to hear this right now. We ain't got to listen to it this loud all night, but I got to hear this song or these two songs at this level, because this is what you know what I mean? Like, so, right. Because for me, I'm the type of motherfucker, like, I mean, we all know dating, relationship, it's about cooperation. Mm-hmm. And it's like, best believe I'm willing to cooperate with things. I might not want to pull up to some shit that they want me to pull. I might not want to get up fucking early on a Sunday and go somewhere. I might want to lay in bed and snuggle with your ass, but you got these plans for a Sunday. You want to get out in the world. Fine, I'll get up and go out there with you. So the way you pay me back is I'm slapping this motherfucking Ant Bank shit really aggressively right now, and you're going to not have a problem with it. But ultimately, you want a person that isn't going to say, I don't have a problem with it. You want a person that's going to be like, I'm with you. You know what I mean? Like I'm a rap nigga. I'm an LA nigga. But if the breezy I'm with wants to watch some random ass John Cusack movie about some dating shit, some white shit that's not I fuck with John Cusack, but you get what I'm saying? Like right. a white girl movie that I wouldn't really want to watch, or a black girl movie that I wouldn't want to watch, whatever. And it's just, if that's I'll watch it with you because that's what we're doing. Fuck it, you got it. So, because some people don't, they're like, it's fine. This really, nah. Because I'm an artsy nigga and I draw my inspiration constantly. So I need a partner that's gonna be able to. Maybe that's why I'm single. But I was saying I need a partner that's gonna understand that if I'm being inspired by something, they're gonna let me have that inspiration.
Okay. Good breakdown. Y'all hear that, ladies? So y'all heard it here first.
And I don't eat swine. So, there's that part too.
Okay, now.
Talk about it, God. Clap for that.
Okay, now.
That's facts. That's facts with tax right there.
Okay.
That's facts with tax right there.
I got stories on that subject, but that's for another time.
So let's talk about, this album, The Fabulous Imagination of
Can we give a quick shout out to Biz Markie? It's his birthday today.
Woo.
Yes,
Man.
Indeed, shout out.
Yo, it's funny you say that. Money B taught me the Biz Markie dance, and we did it at our last show, our most recent show. And we have a segment of the show we do tribute to all the fallen soldiers, and we drop on it Bismarck beat, and we do the Bismarck dance and shit, man. That's my nigga, man. Biz is something special, man. That's a special guy right there.
He got away with saying picking boogers.
Okay.
You understand? So, like, in that realm, like, look at how we could welcome you into this realm.
Right.
I got a question after you, Jazzy J. Go ahead.
Okay. First off, how did you come up with the title of this album?
It actually came from the song What I Told Her, which was inspired by the famous Robin Harris joke where he told, he said, you could tell a fat chick anything, bitch, I'm going to the moon for a couple of days. I'll be back in a couple of days. And
you be careful.
You be careful. Now, for me, it's like, I'm not really on some lying shit like that. And to be really honest, I mean, look, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm on the air. Like, I've been on. Look, look, ladies. I'm gonna give y'all some real talk 101 right here. All right, I have cheated before. Now, I'm not a habitual cheater. When I cheated, I wasn't in love, and I was in a contractual situation that I did not negotiate. What I mean by that is I was dating a girl and I didn't say I want you to be my lady, I'm in love with you. One day she introduced me to her people as her boyfriend. I was like imagine me like, this is my boyfriend. You're like, hi. Like you didn't, and then next thing I knew I was in the sex was amazing and I was a young nigga and I didn't really know how to like bring it up later. I was just kind of confused. So I was sort of like in this, but it wasn't of my, anytime I ever told a girl, I want you to be my lady, let's do this, I never even looked the other way. So that being said, I felt like I could feel like text messages being typed towards me like, nigga, what are you doing? But I was going to say, so that being said, I experienced that so I could understand the experience. What was the question again?
How did you come up with the title of the
Got
album?
you. So the song, What I Told Her, is me being kind of funny. I told her, I'm going to the moon and I'll be back in a couple of weeks. I was on the other side of town slapping some cheeks, a little vacation, fucking with pornos playing, looping on the DVD PlayStation. That ain't never happened. I've never fucked with a porno looping. I think one time a girlfriend I had told me to put on a porno. That's really not my thing. I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing, not look at these niggas in the background, kneecaps all in the camera. I'm not looking at these kneecaps. So I definitely never told a girl I'm going out of town and was here fucking another chick. I didn't do it like that. I said, this happened a while back. Remember, I did that when the president was black. And I'm building to answer your question. I'm just going the long way. I'm taking the long way. And so that definitely didn't happen during Obama's administration, nor did it happen in Bushes or Trumps. So I'm just gigging on some rap shit. I'm just having fun.
Right.
I'm like, I told her, I'm like Obama, baby. Look at me, I'm skinny. Something. Nothing can stop me from getting busy. But I say my bitch can cook. We out in Richmond. Look, I've never been to Richmond before. Now Richmond is a short ways from Oakland. I've been to Oakland 1,000 times. I've been in some very serious areas in Oakland. I've never been to Richmond, but it rhymed. Just on some rap shit. Right. But see, for me, like when I lie in a rap, right? It's silly shit. It's not how much bread I have, how much. It's like shit that's around the corner of the truth. Like saying Richmond when I've been in Oakland, saying that fucking with porno, I've had sex, I've watched pornos. You know what I mean? Like it's not. I'm not saying these lies that really would be like, I can't believe you said that. You're not that nigga. Like I am what I say I am, but just the particulars. So then, long story short, when I say, and any chick that could smash, if I need to, I could tell her she's in my acting class, which is hilarious. But I never ever had to do that. Like, oh, no, she's in my acting class. It was just a thought that I had because living in LA, where there's a whole dynamic of seeing partners, and I know people that I've had conversations with girls that have boyfriends and they're doing scenes with other dudes that are actors, and the boyfriend's not happy about that because he don't like the idea of his lady and a nigga who's handsome and charming sitting in a room reading lines for a love scene when, so that was in my mind when I wrote that and shit. So it was like, the following line is the fabulous imagination of young Humpernickel. Because I kind of snitched on myself. Like Nas said, I never brag how real I keep it because it's the best secret. I was like the fabulous imagination of young Humpernickel. Sandwiched between two chicks, I bring the fucking pickle. I've never had a threesome. I've never had a threesome. And I'm not in a hurry to have a threesome. So it's just like, I'm just like entertaining. Right. And everything that's said in that song, although it paints me out to be a habitual cheater, which I'm not, you know what I mean? It's just, I'm just having fun on some rap shit. And that was kind of how I approached that song. And then when I was looking for a title of the album, I was like, I had no idea what I was going to call it. And I'm just going through songs, listening to hear something. And I heard that. I was like, wow, the fabulous imagination of young Hump. And then Money B suggested I just call it, instead of it being Young Hump, the fabulous imagination of young Hump, just call it Young Hump, the fabulous imagination of. Because technically the title is the fabulous imagination of, but we say the fabulous imagination of young Hump. And what appealed to me is it rings of the essence like the great adventures of Slick Rick. There's another one, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? More so towards Slick Rick. Like, and
it's a story.
And then the fabulous Chi for Chi Ali. So it kind of like, it rings of a classic sound, but it also acknowledges that some of the things that I'm saying are me just having fun, within stretching the parameters of my actual sexual experience, whatever. Because I don't anywhere in the album brag having any money or having any guns or having any violent plans or thoughts for you. I'm just talking some little silly, laughable sex shit, some superhero sex shit on the album. Although I do the song On the Wall, I absolutely have done that. But in general, I'm just, just having fun because, like, I'm not lying on my dick. But I'm just being like a comedian with it. Like, just inflating the situation. So, I'm not lying on my dick.
I like it.
What did Busta Rhymes say? Little nigga lying on his dick. Nigga think he... Some shit.
Born, you had something to say.
Yeah, I wanted to ask in regards to LA, in regards to LA and the losses we kind of took in hip hop on the West Coast, and then like overall, historically, do you feel pressured to try to fill a void? You see what I'm saying? Do you feel pressured to try to fill a void with knowing all that you know and looking at the landscape? Because I think the West Coast has the most original music story because there was no producers before the producers started producing West Coast sound. They didn't look to nobody. There was no blueprint. They created it by whether it was right, wrong, fucking it up, whatever it was so authentic. You know, you got a G-Funk era type of thing, and then it graduates to what the media call gangster rap. You understand what I'm saying? So in the middle of that, there's so much artistic expression that becomes lost, and then you literally start losing people. So you, as a West Coast artist, you know, and as a connoisseur with the kind of music that you listen to, I wanted to go back to the question in regards to you, per se, what you personify. Do you feel a necessity? Like, do you feel kind of pushed, or is there any pressure on any kind of way to kind of fill a void? Like, Nip right behind you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, like, you pick up that pen, you like,
wow, that's a man. You know what's deep is, to a degree, all serious samurai spitters from LA do. The same way currently all niggas in New York that are real spitters feel like they got to pick it back up for New York, because New York has been. The funny thing about it is, not to divert the question, but just since I brought that up, New York being the place that created hip hop, and basically, you know, hip hop basically being Atlanta music right now, basically, you know, niggas ain't feeling that. And so there's never been a time when New York didn't have the illest motherfuckers, but there's that feeling of we not on top, which is understandable. And then, you know, when the era came in with a lot of New York artists started trying to come with the Southern kind of like style of music, and then cats started feeling like, you started hearing a lot of New York artists say that they lost New York, like New York lost its sound. It's New York people saying this, not me, because I listened to more underground shit, so I never really had that reality, but or felt that, but I understood that a lot of mainstream artists from New York was saying that, or underground borderline mainstream artists were making that commentary about the mainstream artists in New York. And so they now have that desire. LA has always had it because, one, they like, okay, LA is more of a laid back city in general. We got the beach, we have car culture. We don't, you know, we ain't as densely packed in like they are in New York. So we have more room to kind of stretch out, and we're a little less, right? So that being said, like, they used to always say how niggas out here rhyme slow and shit. And then when the gangster shit, you know, you had an era where a lot of the gangsters, motherfuckers, was so gangster that like their gangster preceded their microphone skills, where it really wasn't like that at that time. This is early, because see, everything goes back to trauma. I don't mean to get all psychological, but shit is like trauma. Like, you experience some shit when you're 10 and you walking through the door with it when you're 40. So if motherfuckers said niggas rap slow, LA niggas rap slow in 92 when they heard Ice Cube, It's a Good Day, right? And they forgot that Cube was like, straight out of Compton, a crazy motherfucker. They forget that. They just hear do 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 boom boom boom. Today was a good, and they just, that's how y'all niggas are. Y'all slow. And they was, so a lot of niggas was walking around with that chip, which is where you had, you know, shit like Project Blowed and The Good Life. Niggas in LA was the most Olympic, you know, I styles. We was doing all that. So like, nigga, we are not what you think. So there's that chip. So fast forwarding to me now. For me, so my roots coming from LA is we have to prove to motherfuckers, when I say we, like just collectively, that we're not limited to what they, because also too, you know, going back to the trauma thing, there was a lot of competition for record sales. So a lot of people would just say, oh, them niggas out there, they just on some gangster shit, because it was an easy way to dismiss motherfuckers. Is be like, oh, they just on some gangster shit, so whatever. But it's a quick dismissal. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like Corrupt was on some gangster shit. He one of the coldest niggas on the mic ever. You know, you got a lot of people. I could go on and on and on of artists that you know are from LA that have a gangster thing. I mean, shit. You know, Nas was on some gangster shit. Like, but it don't work that way when you talking about them. It would only work the way when they was talking about us, right? It's like a little double standard. And I'm not trying to make it an issue like them saying shit. I'm just giving a little bit of the history. So getting back to me, so I come up in that world where LA niggas have this kind of a bit of a chip on the shoulder to prove that we fierce on the microphone and serious lyricists, right? But to get to your shit now, as the grown microphone master that I am now, the pressure that I would say that I feel is I just want to make sure that I can achieve my full potential to offer what I offer. Like lovely people like yourselves and the people like, but you know, last time I looked on the most recent time I looked on my Spotify, my shit said, you know, 20 monthly listeners. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody really knowing about my album. You know what I mean? And meanwhile, I put out a raw, like fun loving, like cultural album with production that's reminiscent of all this shit. Like my shit should be saying 1 million monthly listeners. And I'm saying that 1 million's not even that big, but there's definitely 1 million motherfuckers that love the type of shit I'm doing and will be refreshed to hear a whole album or an entire album. A motherfucker did not tell you that you ain't shit because you ain't got no money, didn't threaten you and tell you he's from these projects that are invincible that you have no business looking at, didn't tell you that he's going to take your bitch when he sees you, didn't tell you that did it, and didn't do it in a fucking emo way, because I'm not no emo nigga. Like, this is balls to the wall, real nigga shit, but I'm not pressing you for not being a super fucking motherfucker like a lot of these other rappers do. So that, in my opinion, kind of makes me somewhat of a rarity. So there's a few other people that do it like that, but even some of the ones, I'm not gonna name no names, but some of the ones that people think that about, you listen deeper and they're gonna get at you and make you feel bad about some shit if you listen deeper. So anyways, I go out on my way to not do that because I'm not trying to make nobody feel nothing other than a good time. So what I feel the pressure of is like, I recognize what, I mean, look, everybody that does art feels like they could make the world a better place. Mm-hmm. And everybody feels that they that nigga, and I get it. So I'm the trillionth motherfucker saying I can make the world a better place and I'm that nigga. But I know that the way I could do it and the fun that I bring and the collaborative ideas that I have and the concepts and the shit, if I had a bag behind me, you know, there's a lot of things that I want to do. And just like you said, fill a void. Like what I don't hear right now coming from LA in particular is something that's like, now I know it, I'm going to miss something when I say this. Like there are artists who, like, you know who I was listening to all yesterday? I love Buddy. You know, hit the Buddy. Buddy's incredible. He rap. He's saying he has a new album called Super Ghetto. Incredible. Mm-hmm. Now, but Buddy, his album is called Super Ghetto. He's deeply nestled. He's from Compton, so he's deeply nestled in the realities of Compton and the danger that goes with it. Mm-hmm. And so he has a sense of humor and he brings a lot of fun to it, and that's necessary. He's a perfect artist to me. Saying me, on the other hand, I'm not nestled in that reality. So the form of fun that I bring is another voice. Like if every voice is coming from, I'm dodging bullets, but we turning up, we good, we dodging bullets, but every voice isn't, everybody in the world isn't dodging bullets. You know what I'm saying? You need the voice of the motherfucker who doesn't have to dodge bullets. Like it's important for balance. Right. You know, if everybody's telling you they pimping, it's a problem. You need somebody to be like, I'm an R&B singer and I'm in a committed relationship. Right. This is what love is about. You don't really see that. That's a void that's missing because the label's like, oh, well, if they're people, the artists, the fans, they want to fantasize being with you, we're not really so sure. People get in a relationship and then suddenly the label loses interest. You need these other things. And I feel like me, I represent a reality that I don't see a certain. And then on top of that, it's like I bring my own zaniness. That's just, I mean, my nigga. You know what I mean? I'm this guy. So I bring a whole other thing and a whole, there's a void that I feel in LA. I feel like, and also too, like I rap on shit like Ratchet Love and that Too Short shit. Come here, but I also rap on like jazzy piano raw breaks to sound like some shit Grand Poobah was fucking with 30 years ago. So I don't really see that like that. You see some artists, but my shit is like this, not like this. My shit, this is really a breakbeat with an old dusty sample, not a live drummer with a live pianist trying to recreate the essence. No, nigga, this is that. And then this is the niggas that make beats for Too Short giving you wah, 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 wah. It's that. You know what I mean? And I feel like I have a lot to offer, and I'm just hoping that Savino Gang, myself, Digital Underground Posse, and everybody else that's rocking with your boy helps me fulfill this prophecy, because I want to also honor Shock G and the squad and everything he believed in. And Shock G wasn't a nigga who was out here. Everything wasn't about it being about Shock G. Like, he would be more concerned with me bringing more people something fun and new for them than me just running around waving the flag of him, which is why the flag for him needs to be waved more, because he really wasn't that self-serving, attention craving ass nigga that people might think a guy in that position would be. So yeah, I'm just trying to like add on and just really for the city, man, because like, for example, back in the day we had Far Side while we had Mac 10. You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute. I think, Mac 10 came out in 94, right? I think, 94. Yeah. So
something like that.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't really see that right now. You know what I mean? Like that extreme. You got some fun loving LA artists that on their fun shit.
Right.
But it's not quite as zany as my dear, you do not know me better to try to guess which color the shoe license. And both of this shit is on MTV with big videos that are kicking ass, gold records. Like, so I just want to, and there's some artists out there that I know if they fuck with me like that, I would have that look that I feel that I would do the right thing with. And hopefully them niggas, catch divine revelation that they need to find this nigga Young Hump and make it happen, because I'm bodying anything a nigga get me on. Shout out to my dude Monster Beats out there that just sent me a super slap. I'm gonna air that bitch out when I finish writing this rap. But anyways, yeah, that's what's up.
Well, let me be the first to tell you, I think that you are doing an amazing job carrying on the legacy that he created. Like, your attitude, your stage presence, just even talking with you tonight, wonderful job.
Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. For real.
And carving, to caveat, to add on, and carving your own lane.
Right.
Because you see, and recognizing that there's a void to bring back this real aspect. You know what I mean? Like Chief Rocker Busy B didn't get his time, but he got his time right now. He didn't get his time then. He has his time right now. There's a lane. It's open. You understand what I'm saying? So you're going to be more necessary, more so than you know.
Right.
I think Buddy might have checked you out, because Buddy got the song Hoochie Mama. You see the video. He got a Malcolm X hat on.
Hey.
Yep.
So it's not monolithic in the approach.
Right,
it doesn't have to look like this and sound like this. Like, nah, it's so versatile.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you bring a level of versatility that people are going to have to pay attention to.
You've made it your own.
Be ignored. Right. You can't be ignored.
Right.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And that's the thing, because there's different places. Like, I'm not from Compton. I'm from West LA. And we need, we have South Central, we have Compton, we have Long Beach, we have Inglewood. Those are the four, that's the boroughs of LA, to put it, and Watts, excuse me. So that's what Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island, the Bronx. It's like Compton, Watts, Inglewood, South Central, Long Beach. That's basically how we do it, right? But there's
we
also
left the Valley out, yo. Shout out to the Valley.
But here you go. The same way we have the Valley, we have West LA is the same way you have. I'm sorry, I said Long Island. I meant to say Staten Island. I'm sorry, I confused it because Long Island is in the borough. Staten Island is the borough, but you also have Long Island. You also have, you know what I mean? That's what I was moving too fast in my head. I was computing it, but that's what I'm getting at. Long Island technically isn't a borough, but it's Long Island.
Right.
So it's the same way with like West LA ain't really been stamped quite like them other spots, but nigga, it's West LA. So that's kind of how I look at it also too. Like it's deeper than just me. It's deeper than just where I'm from. It's the type of motherfuckers that I represent, as unique as I am, and as much of my experience is just mine and singular. There's also the part of it that's like a lot of my dudes that came up like me in a lot of the same ways, from a certain era, from a certain cloth, from a certain sensibility, need that voice. Like when you hear the Wu-Tang and them niggas talk about how Staten Island hadn't been put on yet, I feel like that about West LA. You know what I mean? So I'm out here trying to do that. And then simultaneously, I feel like the zany, fun, super exuberant, also Afrocentric in a playful way shit is not there like it should be. It needs to be brought back, because now, in my opinion, most of the Afrocentric shit that you see in hip hop is like, I don't mean to hurt nobody feeling, but it's like
corny.
It's
fucking corny.
Yeah,
corny.
What I was gonna say is it's post Black Panther, post Colin Kaepernick, you know what I mean? It's like it's not like nigga, we just out here with a red black, we just getting it like natural. It's like look at me, I'm Africa. You know, it's
a lot of clout chasing on it.
My nigga, that's what I'm saying. So I feel like some of that shit needs to be made.
And it's trash. And it's trash. I'm gonna say
right.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Some people have touched it the right way, made it fresh, but a lot of that shit is clout chasing trash. You're 100% right. So for me, I don't get on stage and make a whole fucking big deal about it. You just see the African flags swinging around my neck. And I had some motherfuckers say, well, you know those flags, a white man. I'm like, shut up, miss me with that, my nigga. Don't go there with me. That's like saying that's like saying you say you're a Virgo according to a Gregorian calendar. It's like, miss me with that, my nigga. Come on, let's not go there, because everything. What time is it, nigga? You tell me. You know what I mean? Like, what time is it? I mean, what are we doing here? Like, okay, throw the calendar out, nigga. What's today's date? Like, can we be real? So anyway, so yeah, I just be trying to add on and make sure that I bring something that I feel is needed and fun, and not do it to the audiences like some rappers will get on some like holier than thou shit, and they like making the crowd like suffer through the shit that these niggas want to flex their intelligence about. Nigga, we could go really there if we want to go there. I got that kind of a mind, but I also am an entertainer and I seek to entertain. So like, I'm going to bring you that shit that you want that's going to make you feel good. I'm not going to make you suffer through some shit that I'm personally interested in, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, I look at it like that. Now, we do a show, and every now and then I might have to make some serious words to the crowd if there's something going on or something like that, and we get real, but we keep that shit short and sweet, and we get back to the same song, and we get back to I Get Around. We make sure to give people, because it's a stressful world, and when you go to have a good time, the last thing you want is some nigga grandstanding on stage and they want to showcase because they watched the fucking documentary and seen Frederick Douglass or somebody, read some shit, and they want to get on your head about some shit. Like, man, can we just enjoy ourselves? Like, or give me the 20-second version. If you really that nigga, you should be able to condense it to a short, memorable thing that we can run with, and then back to the action.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna ask you this. This is a question that I've asked literally every guest that has come on this platform. And now that you are gracing us with your presence, I'm gonna ask you as well. If you was to leave this earth tomorrow, because tomorrow is never promised to any of us, what would you want your legacy to be known for?
I would want, obviously, I'd want people to speak of me as a kind, sincere human being that was a pleasure to be around. But legacy, I would want people to, you know, acknowledge that I had my own original ideas and said things that no one else had ever said.
Good.
That's
answer.
what matters to me. That was worth being said and worth being thought. Not some original trash. Not some original trash that nobody was too stupid to ever say before. Some fly shit, nigga, that was good. That went up. Like, that nigga was lit, and he was the only nigga. Yeah, I was the first nigga that said that nigga. You know, I was.
Well, I want to be the first to say it was a pleasure you coming on the culture. We had so much fun with speaking with you tonight. You are truly a force and presence to be reckoned with.
Thank you, Queen.
You know, not just as the entertainer, but as a person, period. This is the moment that we kind of give everybody to do their shout outs to anybody. So I'm going to go ahead and let you do that.
I want to first say shout out. I don't know his name, but shout out to the individual that designed the cooling air device I have in the other room that I plug into the wall that I'm going to be visiting very shortly. It's hot than a motherfucker out here right now. I got so much water on my body right now. It's crazy. I'm just a warm, hot mess right now. I want to shout out MJ, Savino Gang, MJ's Hip Hop Connects. That's my nigga right there. I want to shout out Rampage, of course, my guy. But I want to shout out my partner in rhyme, my big brother, Money B. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the game. You know what I mean? And I want to shout out the whole Digital Underground posse. You know what I mean? The whole family, the extended family. I want to give a super shout and love and hug. And I miss you, my nigga, in the ethers, to my man Shock G and my brother Double K. And of course, the diabolical Biz Marquis and the old dirty bastard and all the rest of the kings and queens that we, you know what I mean, love and miss terribly. I want to say peace to all the ladies that believe me when I tell them how much I love them. And for the woman that's going to make the right decision, whoever you are, wherever you are, I may have met you yet or may not have met you, but I love you already. I want to shout out all my guys who point out the proper avocados for me when I'm in the grocery stores, and they let me know which are the ones that are ripe. The niggas that go into the back room when they took the good ones away, they said, well, we got some other ones in the back. Those is my dudes. Like, I'm that nigga. My relationships is golden. I want to shout out all my golden relationships, the people that look out for your boy, you know what I mean? And all the people believing in a nigga who's trying to take it to the next level. I want to thank all the sound men that, you know, turn our mic levels up when the fuck they supposed to be turned up, monitors and all that shit. All the people that are patient for me in the middle of the final act of the show where I have this long pause and everybody is waiting to see what I'm going to say. You know what I mean? I want to shout out. Yeah, I could keep going. You know, I'm kind of like that. But yeah, and I want to shout out West LA. I want to shout out the town, Oakland, Cali, you know what I mean, the whole East, the whole West, the South, the Midwest, Stockholm, and all these places, all my people that live life right. I want to shout out the Nation of Gods and Earths. I want to shout out all my Rasta brothers, all the elders. I want to shout out the jazz community, the Funketeers, all the real hip hop motherfuckers, the true and living. And I want to shout out every sardine that I have yet to meet that will help me. I'm a sardine guy too. And yeah, and so I'm wilding. So and so my socials, I know you said my socials, or no, you didn't say it yet. I'm sorry. I just was on.
Oh no, you fine. Go ahead.
I keep going. I'm wilding. I was about to start talking about different fish that I eat and how I like them.
Keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep it rolling.
Where? Shout out to the mother of the salmon that I'm going to eat next week. They're probably right now transferring them in a pile of ice. Shout out to the maker of the cooler of the ice to keep the salmon fresh.
Where can everybody find your music, your links, anything they want to know about Young Hump or Digital Underground? Where can they find it at?
Well, there's moneybeingyounghump.com. Young Hump, though, I'm on Instagram and Twitter as Young Hump, and I spell correctly, so that's YOUNGHUMP, like the way it's reads on the screen, spelled correctly, Young Hump. My Instagram is Young Hump DU, which the DU is for Digital Underground, obviously. But if you just type in Young Hump on Instagram, I'm gonna pop up on you shining. You're gonna know it's me. My shit's gonna be, lit. And yeah, like I said, I'm on Instagram, on Twitter. That's about it. And yeah, we out here, you know what I mean? Like, we out here and popping up at a city near you. You know what I mean? The show's gonna be fully action. If you ever see me live, and I might be moving slow through the first song, wait till I get to that second song, nigga. That's how I do it. So and I be on stage just off of beer too. I don't indulge in no narcotics. I ain't even smoked weed in a few years. I'm over here, keeping it. I just might have me a beer, some wine, and I'm fine. You know what I mean?
That's all right.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely enjoyed you.
Cause see, everybody, not to cut you off, but everybody thinks I be doing shit with my nose because I look like I'm out here looking for all the party drugs. I'm really not. I'm looking for the avocados and the girls that are kind. You know what I mean? And just a Stella Artois, maybe a Dos Equis, a couple of those. I'm good.
A mess. I want to give a shout out to my brother Born here. Y'all go check him out. Do the Knowledge Radio. He does amazing work over there. Bro, go ahead and drop your links where they can find all your stuff at as well.
I ain't dropping shit. Okay.
Yeah, nigga, drop it, nigga.
Something for the culture. Okay, support this platform. If y'all want to see me, we'll see us together. We're gonna be doing a lot more collaboration.
That's
so
true, y'all.
Right here, you understand? Young Hump is a pleasure. It's an honor. It's a privilege. I'm gonna shout out. I'm gonna connect you with Killer Priest. You got to be over there on that podcast.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
Get that
you gonna hit me in my DM if we ain't already connected on the DM on IG, and we'll lock in. Absolutely.
I like MJ because I don't want to get smacked up first.
Right.
So make sure.
Right. But I meant just on some. Just hit me.
On some shit. Yeah. I got you. No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Yeah,
so
we definitely would love to have you back for sure on a whole totally different tip.
Yeah, and Priest is my nigga. Big up to my dude Rasul too. Those are the folks right there.
Okay, now.
Yeah.
But bro, you got anything else to say before we kind of close out?
This is a hell of a way to start the fucking season. Okay, season open up. All you got to do is give Hope your chance, and I'm gonna do my
dance.
Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Word. I love it,
man. Appreciate y'all. Love was for real.
We'll be back tomorrow night. You guys, same time, same place. We will have Denzel the machine on, which is the engineer to the locks. He's gonna have some amazing stories, especially off that, that whole battle they did. So y'all tune in for that tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
You said he's like the recording engineer for them?
Uh-huh.
Because I remember seeing Jada and Styles, and I was amazed, saying that they never do any punches. If they never do any punches when they record, because they come from the school, if you have to get the rap all the way through. And it's amazing because if I'm not mistaken, that was in a documentary from like 2013. And I wondered, like, I used to be on it like that, but now I'll punch in a word here and there. And that'd be a good question. Like, come on, niggas get it off perfectly, but you know, there's like one little word. They might just like go in there and be like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, like one little word, like, you know, that'd be a good question. You know,
matter of fact, we'll link you. You could, if you want to hop in on there tomorrow night, you can. We'll link.
Oh yeah, let me know. I might pop up. I like to pop up with shit. Anytime you shoot me some shit, I might randomly hop in on something. You know, I fuck around sometimes and shit. So
no, that's right.
Man, I had a pleasure with y'all, for real. I appreciate
Likewise.
the time, hospitality, and the amazing questions and the kind words of encouragement, for real.
Likewise, y'all check this brother out, y'all, for real. Like, support.
Oh yes, and the album, The Fabulous Imagination of Young Hump, is streaming everywhere. You type in Young Hump, Fabulous Imagination's coming. We got that song She, by the way.
Yes.
If anybody wants the radio version, we got the pack. You know what I mean? Holla at MJ, and we got it for you. On top of that, the Money Being Young Hump, and the song She featuring Money B. Money Being Young Hump, we dropping our album this year. Can't give you the date yet because we're trying to lock some things in, but it's coming this year. The album is dookie, super crazy. And we also have a song we just put out called F It Up. We're getting ready to come with an NFT soon. We're getting those things together, so I can't really give y'all the dates like that, but the song F It Up, if you want it, once again, holler at the Queen, MJ, Hip Hop Connects, get it to you. So we got material floating different places. We motherfucking out here. So that's what it is.
That's right. Y'all
I know we didn't talk about this, just real quick. I know we didn't talk about this, but I want the CD because I heard what you said about the CDs, and it gave me a new fucking found perspective on what I got as far as CDs is concerned. So, you know what I'm saying? If the CD is available in your project, I want the CD on the keepsake. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That'll be my NFC. You know what I'm saying? A CD, like, you know, that was like a mini record. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe they ain't streaming because they heard what you said. Like, yeah, fuck that shit, son. We ain't streaming like that. Where the CD? You might got a whole cult following off of what you said about the CD out there.
I know. Currently, I gotta burn shit. I got a CD burn. I'll be burning like I don't have any printed up CDs yet, but that's the plan. I just gotta get it. I want
my shit in a plastic with
marker. Okay, the plastic clear shit.
Plastic clear shit with marker on it.
Right.
Yeah, with a sticker, right?
Right, incoherently, like what is this? Like, who is this from? I'll be like, shut the fuck up. It's from your
right.
I got you, though, girl. I'll send you a CD on the strength. Just remind me.
Y'all check out Something for the Culture website. We're gonna have all their music up following this episode, so y'all get into it.
Because I once got busy in a Something for the Culture bathroom.
That's crazy.
Heard it here first.
A mess. Y'all have a good night. We out, y'all.
Appreciate y'all. Love.